Yo, and hello everybody, Mike here, Baseball Collector. It's Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. The weekend is here, and it's a Friday mail day for me. I got a bunch of stuff in the mail. I got an order from 4 Sharp Corners. Got a couple other cards in the mail, and I got a very special care package from Mr. Kyle, aka Ground Chuck. So I really love getting care packages. Don't expect them, never, ask for them or anything, but I just really appreciate it when people, do nice things for other people. And I've been seeing Kyle send some packages to some other people, and he said he had some cards he was sending to me, so I got those here. He also sent me a nice little note that I'm going to read to you. Baseball Collector, I just wanted to send you a couple of Rangers DKs that I got TTM a few years back. Thanks for providing great content on your channel. I enjoy it a lot. Your Beyond Cardboard show is awesome. Thanks, appreciate that. Also, thank you for turning me on to Topps 5-Star Autos. You're welcome. And helping me get more focused on my collection. You're also welcome. Enjoy the cards. Your hobby brother, Kyle Parkin, aka Ground Chuck. So before I show you the cards, I'm going to turn it around to do that, but I do want to show you, he sent me a very awesome Ground Chuck 1/1 autograph card for my YouTube PC. So I've also been getting a lot of cards in for my tribute challenge. I don't know if you remember from last week on my interview with Joe Silver Jackify. We challenged the community to go out and bust some boxes of tribute and see if you can get more cards than he and I could do with half the money for a box. And let's just say you're going to have a hard time beating me for sure. I have been getting some awesome cards. I already got a stack of them. Here, I'll show you. I've got this many so far as they come out of the holder, and many more to come, but I'm not going to show those off because I'm going to wait and show them all together in kind of a showcase video of what I was able to buy out of Topps Tribute for my PC with $150. So with that, let me get to all the cards that I got one yesterday and the rest of them today. So hang on just a second. All right, so let's show off what I got the last couple of days. I'm going to keep the little Ground Chuck autograph card in the background here as I talk about what I got this week. The first 2 cards I'll show are cards that he sent me. As he obviously knows, I love collecting signed Diamond Kings cards. I'm really going after the Hall of Famers, but man, Rangers are just as good for me. And this is the 1985 Donruss, I think, which is Frank Tanana. Cool John 14:6 on there. I love when people put Bible verses on their signatures. That means a lot to me. I think it's awesome. Next up is Mr. Charlie Huff himself. This is an 87 Donruss Diamond Kings card, signed by Mr. Charlie Huff in beautiful blue ink. So again, Kyle, really appreciate you sending me those cards. Just awesome. Great PC stuff for me, for my Rangers collection. Next up, continuing on my run that I've been on, going after just kind of quirky and normal Nolan Ryans. This is a great 1981 Coca-Cola, obviously printed by Topps, but Topps did a lot of prints for promotional items for different companies. They did the Burger King set in 80, they did Coca-Cola in 81 for several teams, and just love this Nolan Ryan in a mint 9. I got this from 4 Sharp Corners. Another 4 Sharp Corners pickup here is this card. When I saw it, I had to make a double take because, well, it's Ted Williams, which is awesome, right? Anytime you can get a Ted Williams, but he's in a Rangers uniform, and he only managed the Rangers through 1972. And so this is a 1975 SSPC Superstars, which I think is funny because he was long gone from the Rangers, but I don't know. I just thought it was a cool card in a mint 9, so I picked that one up. Next up is one of 2 Willie Mays cards that I have today to show off. This one is a beautiful 1972 Topps Near Mint 7. This was his last year with the Giants. In 73, of course, he went to the New York Mets, and they went to the World Series. But this 1972 Topps card is gorgeous, and I absolutely love it. I picked that up for a steal. I think I paid $15 for it or something crazy. This other one I got because I admire DB Tiller so much on this community and what he does with his collection. And when he collects a player, he kind of gets everything that he can find, and all the weird, quirky, oddball stuff. And so I'm not really looking for it for players that I love like Willie Mays, but if I can find it cheap, I'm going to do it. And I think I paid $8 for this 1971 Dell Today's Team Stamps in a mint 9. So I could basically hardly pass it up. And so glad to pick that up. And I bet these are really hard to grade because of the perforation, but man, that's a pretty thing. On the back, these Dell Team Stamps just kind of have a little bit of a description of the player and some statistics, basic statistics about the player. Next up is a card for my 1957 Topps Hall of Famer run. Saw the cards I got the other day from Joey Brings It. Kelly. This is a 57 Topps Enos Slaughter, and it's an 8 OC. And look, everybody wants perfectly centered cards, and I do too, but when you can get an 8, and the OC is done at the factory, it's not like somebody dinged it or something like that. So basically it's an 8 card, a near mint 8. It's just off center. And so to me, I look at that and say, yeah, I'll take that as long as it's not grossly off. I mean, this is pretty bad off center, but it's not, you know, coming off the card. There is some of the white border on the left side of the card. So I was like, heck yeah, especially for what I paid for it. So really glad to have that in my 57 Topps Hall of Famer run. The next card is another one for my 1940 Play Ball Hall of Famer set. This is Casey Stengel. It's funny, he's showing here in a Boston uniform. He was obviously incredibly famous for managing the Yankees and then the Mets, but this is a beautiful VGEX4, little off center left to right. Corners are dinged, obviously toning issues, all sorts of things that normally happen to a 78-year-old card. But this is shocking. I mean, this set's starting to get really expensive for me. And so I'm having to be careful about what I get, but I really am happy to add this one. Love it, Mr. Stengel. And continuing with what I've been doing lately, I'm just picking up random mantles as I see them. This isn't truly a mantle card. You don't even see his picture on it. But this is a 1961 Topps. It's kind of like they did a little subset within the set of highlights. And there's a Ruth and Maris and some other things. I'm sorry, not a Maris. A Ruth and some other player. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But, oh, Don Larsen's Perfect Game. There's a card. It just kind of highlights cool things that happened in baseball history. And this is a home run that he hit 565 feet out of Griffith Stadium, which is where the Washington Senators used to play back then. And it's only a VGEX4, but for 30 bucks, anything that says Mickey Mantle on it, it'll go in the Mantle registry that I'm doing. It's cool on the back too because they describe what happened and when it happened. So more than happy to have this and just a kind of mid-grade, low-grade mantle. But anything with his name on it just goes for such crazy prices that you just I just kind of settle. I'm like, okay, I'll take a lower grade just to have it. So there you go. That's my mail for Friday. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Don't forget Sunday to tune in and catch my next episode of Beyond Cardboard. That's going to be with Nolan, Elite Co. 3, and that'll be at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Everybody have a great day and keep collecting.